Well, listen, when I was in 6th grade, I had the biggest crush on this girl. Her name was Cheryl. It was probably my first real big crush. Okay, and just to give you a little backdrop, my mom's Mexican, yes. And, Mexicans speak Spanish. It's of the romantic languages, so there's a lot of passion in my family. And as a young Latino boy, my mom's like, I'm going to raise up my boy right and teach him what to do when he has a crush. So her advice is, when you have a crush on a girl, you got to let her know. You cannot just think about it, dream about it, You got to do something about it. You're a Latino boy. You speak the romantic language. It's in your veins, it's in your blood. And mijito, it's time to let her know how you feel. So this is my mom's advice, okay? And she convinces me to let this girl Cheryl know that I like her. And listen to this. You ready for this? She convinces me to unveil my true feelings on Valentine's Day. Can you believe this? You already know where this is going. Valentine's Day, 6th grade. I get home from school that day, and my heart's pounding. It's in my throat. It is like my heart is going to explode in my throat. I am so nervous. That evening, my whole family, that's right, the whole family climbs into the family van, and we drive to the grocery store. And I buy a card for her. I buy a couple, like a little stuffed animal thing at Vaughn's, and I buy a couple other little things. And we put them in a shopping bag, we staple and put a bow on it, okay, and say Happy Valentine's Day on it. Boom, I'm locked and loaded. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to take my big step into manhood and just let this girl know how I feel, right? So me and the whole family, me and my 3 brothers, drive all the way to this girl's house, okay? That's right. When Latinos do things, we do them with the family. You with me? It's the whole family affair. We just show up at this girl's house, and it's nighttime, and we're driving like stealth style. I'm like, Mom, drive down the street. I want her to see you guys. She's like, okay, Nito. I mean, how else is a 6th grader going to get to her house, right? But anyway, I don't want her to see you guys. So we drive down, I get out of the van, and I walk up, and I make the longest walk of my life. I've got my long socks with the stripes, up all to my knees. I got my corduroy stubbies. I got my Lacoste shirt. It's tucked in. I'm ready to rock. I got my bag of goodies. And I walk into the door, and as I get there, I can feel my heart getting louder. It's just pounding. You ever had a moment in your life, like one of these moments in your life, I felt like a defining moment, you were so scared, you're like, I gotta do this. You know what I'm talking about? When was the last time you had to do something that was just scaring you out of your mind? Okay, now I'm not going to ask you to share your story, because some of you would be freaked out to share that, but take heart, I'm sharing this in front of everybody. So here I am with this girl. And I get to her door, and I kind of, not really the religious type, really, but I pray a prayer, right? In the foxhole, there's no atheist, so there I am. And I'm like, God, if you're out there, please don't let it be her at the door. Let it be somebody else. Because I'm starting to get cold feet. I knock on the door, and her sister answers the door, her older sister. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a God in heaven, right? Yes! And I just look at her, and she's like, oh, what's up? And I go, hey, I have a Valentine's for Cheryl. Can I give it to you to gift her? And she's like, oh, this is so cute. And I just start freaking out because she starts making a ruckus, and she turns at the door. Hey, Cheryl, come here. You got to see this is so cute. And I'm at the door, and I'm just, all of my courage is melting. And it's one of those defining moments in your life where you have to decide, am I going to take my stand and face this, or am I going to run like a coward? And it's like one of those moments where you feel like your whole life could kind of like look back and be like, this was the moment. And as I saw Cheryl come around from the back wall out of the living room and make her way to the front door, kind of squinting, trying to see me, I just dropped that bag and I ran. And I'm running down the sidewalk, down her little pathway, and I'm waving at my mom, and as my mom drives up with the van, it's still moving. My brother opens the sliding door without stopping. I run, not kidding, and I jump in the van, slam the door, and we peel out, and I'm like, yes! And he goes, did you give it to her? I go, I did, Mom, I gave it to her. Not thinking really it had to be her, that it was close enough. Monday, I go to school, and she walks up to me with her friends, and she's like, I don't like you, and I don't ever want you to bring me a Valentine's ever again. Oh, crushing. Now you know why we run. Now you know why I ran, okay? And you know what? There are situations in our life where we get presented doors of opportunity, an opportunity to walk through and maybe go to the next level in our life, in some area of our life. And rather than finding that courage inside of us, rather than taking that step, we freak out, we panic, and we kind of freeze, we withdraw, we run. And that can happen in a lot of areas of our life. It can happen in a midterm. You study your butt off, I'm ready for this thing, and next you know, oh my gosh, is this Chem 148? Is this? Yeah, oh gosh, all right, okay. I've been there. You know, it could be trying to ask someone out on a date, or, I don't know, trying to give a speech, or it could just be those moments where you're wishing you had more, and you want to go for it, you want to step in, but you kind of get freaked out. And, you know, and we get like that, like I said about a lot of things, and we get like that about God. And we get moments in our life where we get curious about God. You know, we get curious, maybe I want to know God, and we get to the door, and we kind of get maybe freaked out. Like, oh my gosh, what have I gotten myself into tonight? They're singing, they're putting their hands in the air, and you want to run out the door. Are you with me? Hey, look, if that's you, I just want you to know you're in the right place. And this is the safe place. And you don't want to be like little Ryan running down the street in his studs. But we can be like that with God. We get curious about God. We want to get to know God. But for whatever reason, we get a little freaked out. Maybe we get freaked out about, man, what does God think about me being in this room right now? Man, if he saw me last night, right, what does he think about me being here today? Maybe for some of us, we've done this whole thing. We've done it, and maybe we're kind of thinking, oh gosh, I don't know if I want to get that serious about it. We get kind of cold feet. Am I really serious about God? I don't want to get into that. Maybe I don't want to become a fanatic, and we get kind of cold feet. Right? I want to share with you this amazing passage about God and our connection with God.